down the happy. And Giddy's very good at bowling slower deliveries at the back end of matches. But you can see on these occasions, the speed of it isn't in the 20s, it's in the mid 130s. And there he's talking about, I might have to become a bit of a tall off spinner, off charging in off a long run up if I continue to play on these kind of conditions. It's particularly hot out there, and the third after the boy was already, so you can see him down into his haunches, just trying to get the extra breaths in there, trying to just get that body heat under control. Those are the orthodox deliveries, and then just decides to take a bit off it and goes slightly fuller. Beats the inside edge. Well, I couldn't have seen too much of Lungi and his variations and how the ball comes out of his hand, so deceived by that change-up.
Ngidi bowling 5 up front now. He is renowned as a death bowler as well. And who's going to operate at the back end of the innings for South Africa.
You've captained a team in these kind of conditions over the years. You also do get an understanding. There's certain bowlers in the 4th and 5th delivery who like to make fielding changes or field placement changes because it gives them another 10 or 15 seconds just to recover before having to bowl the next delivery. I won't mention any names on air.
Well, that's remarkable. And Ngidi has parried that on to the non-striker, and then it's ricocheted off Ramat Shah onto the stumps. Ramat Shah could have run himself out
have
here.
umpired him fallen out.
Yeah, I don't even think they need to send this out. This is out.
It.
It's a little finger onto the non-striker and onto the stumps.
Can you show me from front on its contact with the bowler's head? Okay, there is clear contact. Satisfy my decision for big screen.
Yeah, so the decision is made. It's Ramat, run out by Ramat for 1. Afghanistan, 38 for 2.
Mutullah Shahidi in at number 4. He kept sliding down the order on Friday and didn't end up batting as the big hitters were coming in his place. But it's a different kettle of fish now. Different scenario. A little bit of retrenchment required.
Yeah, have a look at the wicket again. And Ngidi's been brilliant, hasn't he? I mean, it's 4 overs, 4.5 overs, 1 for 15, and now the run out as well. Just a fingertip onto Ramat's shoulder and onto the stumps. It's at that stage when he realizes, oh, surely not, surely not. It's one thing to be run out at the non-striker's end. It's another thing to inflict the damage on yourself.
The end of a successful over for South Africa. 9 overs gone, and Afghanistan 38 for 2.
Asmat, the captain for the side, yet to open his account. Gurbaz once again 27 of 29, century in the previous game. Beautifully bowled into his 5th over. 4-10 in the commentary box. I'm Devendra. With me is Farid Fidai and Hakeem Ahmedjar.
Yeah, remember there's one change today for South Africa, leaving Nandre Berger out and bringing in an extra batting all-rounder, to say it that way, Loco Ayo. Now, for Afghanistan, all of a sudden, losing 2 wickets inside the power play is not what they would have wanted. So a lot of responsibility will come onto the shoulder of the skipper, Hashmatullah Shahidi, to construct a partnership here.
Well, the good news for Afghanistan is that both the batters quite comfortable playing the spin bowling, particularly with left-arm spinning operation. His role is going to be of that of anchor. Deep mid-wicket on the boundary. Bowling into the pitches, bowling beautifully.
Morning everyone, morning Dave, morning Fidai. So it was a special afternoon for Abdul Malik as he made his ODI debut for Afghanistan and became the latest recruit of Afghanistan in the format. 10 overs done, it's 38 for 2 Afghanistan.
For Afghanistan, 38 for 2. The first power play is lifted off now. So field restrictions lifted. 4 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. Sweeper on the offside for the right-hand batter. And the deep square on the onside. Fine leg is also onside on the boundary. Mulder into the attack. Gorgeous stroke from Gurbaz down the ground for 4. A powerful stroke down the ground.
Yeah, I mean, he knows his role. He knows that he always has to score runs for Afghanistan and should be taking the responsibility, especially after how Rahmat Shah Depari was a bit unlucky this time. A fuller ball from Mulder. Among all the bowlers from South Africa, he's enjoyed batting against Mulder in particular. So a beautiful shot.
This time driven through the onside for a single. Sense of urgency and determination into strokes from Gurbaz.
Yeah, well, he's been in a terrific form going for the 3rd game. This is what transpired in the first 10 overs with Rahmanullah Gurbaz striking regularly with some boundaries here and there in the ground. Sweeps coming into the play. Abdul Malik was unlucky just to get dropped in front and couldn't make an impression on his ODI game. Rahmanullah Gurbaz. Unlucky Rahmat Shah. was very unlucky out there to lose his wicket in an unfortunate fashion.
Yeah, you called that on his debut for Afghanistan. 62nd cap presented to him. Giri was too good for him. He's been bowling slower balls frequently and foxed him on that. A fuller one kind of set him up, and Abdul Malik didn't have the answer.
Drives through the offside for a single. Right and left hand combination in the middle at the moment. Changing his angle, and the slower delivery has already worked. Getting the wicket of Abdul Malik on his debut. It's been a sedate start.
He's a very promising batting prospect for Afghanistan, coming in through the ranks. Has already been played some excellent domestic cricket in Afghanistan. Is coming back on the back of some terrific runs in the last previously held state tournament.
Well, no doubt he's a very good cricketer back home, but he's very unlucky on his debut. I remember when he made his debut in the test matches, was unfortunately out on 2 ducks. I don't want to bring it up. Don't say it to Abdul Malik. And on his debut in this one-day international, once again, probably a little bit of nerves. But he's really a very strong prospect for the Afghanistan in the future. Very good aggressive batsman.
Good atmosphere, good crowd in today as well. Third on the boundary, and the point on the boundary, so below is the scoring areas. Scored the wicket on the offside. Looking to attack the stumps. Hasmat likes to play. Scored got men on the trick of around 20 yards from the bat.
Yeah, you know, bowlers don't enjoy bowling at the batters, but Fazal Farooqi just loves bowling at Abdul Malik. Talking about him making his debut today. Well, maybe he'll get other chances and score runs. End of the over, 45. A good over for Afghanistan. 7's coming off it, 45 for 2.
Just showing great maturity and experience here. 33 of 32 once again. Good start to his innings. Change in bowling. Makram into the attack.
Well, Gurbaz has been top performer for Afghanistan over the last few years. The way he has contributed to the success of this team has been fantastic so far. He has played cricket all around the world now. He's turning out to be a very mature cricketer. He's turning out to be quite a big prospect for Afghanistan, a big contributor to the team's success.
I remember in 2020 in Shpagiza, I was saying a star in the making. He was hitting those 360 shots, and since then, he's never looked back. Rahmanullah Gurbaz, absolutely phenomenal. And you pointed out so rightly well, he's taking responsibility now, knows his position, and that's the reason why he's the most hundreds for Afghanistan now in the ODIs.
Sharp turn. 3 men on the boundary, on the onside, long on, mid-wicket on the boundary, men at the deep backward square as well, on the boundary, on the onside. He likes to play the sweep shot, the off-spinner in short mid-wicket in position as well. Turns the ball away on the onside, single.
Well, Markram won't mind that. He would enjoy ball perspective to have a left-arm batter if you are an off-spinner. He had some problems early on in a few matches, Ashmatullah Shahidi, but then he's just got his form in
Driving it down the ground just for a single. Different player altogether. He likes to take a bit of time. Unlike other aggressors in the Afghanistan cricket team, he's been responsible for providing the stability to the innings. Likes to take time, but once he's into groove, he's got the patience, concentration, ability to bat for a longer period of time.
Well, Makram has shown excellent glimpses of him as a bowler as well in this event. He has continuously bowled well, and this is how he got the Afghanistan skipper Ashmatullah Shahidi. In the first game, he was turning out to be a very good bowler. We can't he can't be called a part-timer because he has bowled well. Kind of drift he's been producing.
That marks the end of the over. 48 for 2. Down the track, finds the gap through the offside. Challenge for the fieldsman, he gives it up. It's gone for 4. 50 up for Afghanistan as well. Good shot from Hashmat.
See, a good thing is intent. As a batter, when you show the confidence in the intent out there, is why and how you are able to score runs. He understands who to attack, goes after Mulder, who's not a fast-paced bowler, and with the pace he's offering and with the width he's offered, he's come down the track. Remember, he was standing a little bit away from his stumps, came down the track and pierced this gap nicely for 4. This is a good start for the over by Hashmatullah Shahidi.
Shot down the leg side. Seen many times Hashmat getting out to a short delivery. Wide signal by the umpire. Bangton. 2 men on the boundary on the offside. 1 man on the boundary, 1 inside the 30-yard circle, and from where he managed to find the gap from his strong areas.
Well, Hashmat has been a consistent performer for Afghanistan over the years, but in this specific event in South Africa, he hasn't been among runs so far. Good bouncer, good bumper from Van Mulder.
No, it's the cricket that talks. You hit a bowler for a boundary, and this is the response from the bowler.
Shot once again. Not much of movement of the surface, so he can afford to play on the rise and with his hands as well. South Africa they have always been competitive. Always bring that extra energy coming into the contest. So no spikes on ultra edge. Didn't make any connection.
Coming back to the point about South Africa, starting it nicely in this 3rd ODI. Remember, you'll be very happy if they end up with a win. The fact that they have a series coming up against Ireland will give him some momentum. And you talk about bowlers in Gidi, out of 30 deliveries he's bowled, or many he bowled 5 overs, 2 slow balls and 1 that is given the wicket. So talk about precision, talk about being very accurate in bowling wicket to wicket, because we saw in the second match only 12% of the deliveries from the South African pacers were at the wicket. He deserves a break, doesn't he?
2 men on the boundary, fine leg and deep square, searching for that false stroke from Gurbaz. Slower bouncer, wide signal.
Yeah, they've got 2 white ball series coming up front against the Ireland, with 3 ODIs and 2 T20 internationals to be played against them in Abu Dhabi. It was a slower bouncer. The commentators' curse coming into play. Farhad Fidai just mentioned about 2 bouncers from Lungingidi, and here comes one from the Mulder. So they'll surely be
Smacking it through mid-wicket, 6. Stunning stroke from Gurbaz, flat, hard and over the boundary.
I told you he enjoys batting against Mulder. I don't know the reason. For whatever reason, he just enjoys it. He's not scared of it. He enjoys space on the ball, and for his standard, Mulder is a little slow. He's got to have to outfox. And look at this, use of the feet. Intent is what I have discussed earlier as well. Confidence, and then no one can stop you. What a beautiful shot that is.
That was an incredible shot from Remanullah Gurbaz. He's enjoying himself out there in the middle, coming on the back of a terrific 100 in the last game.
Change in field now, finally coming up in the circle, mid-wicket going on the boundary from where he got a boundary. Can he get it over extra cover? Turned away in the onside. Have to settle for a single. He's into the 40s now, 41 of 40.
It's hot, it's humid. You might be asking for a towel because sometimes the sweat can just fall down into your eyes. You don't want any distraction, especially if you're a man on a mission. Haven't scored 100, you want to make it 2. And this has been a very expensive over. So all the hard work that South Africa had done, you'll tell, this over has just done a little bit of damage to it. 14 into this over, a last ball to be bowled. That will remain 14. End of the over, number 13, 62 for 2.
In general, they talk about maximizing the power play, the first power play where only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle, but we've seen conscious approach from Afghanistan after the completion of the first power play, looking to hit more boundaries, more intent from Gurbaz in particular. 62 for 2. Afghanistan is a favorite team for many around the globe, the way they've been performing for the last couple of years. More attendance, and there's some support for South Africa as well.
I love to see some Indians coming in and supporting Afghanistan in this game.
Now, I got to ask you this question. How do you know they are supporting Afghanistan?
Because we have seen them support Afghanistan all over those years. And because Afghanistan also some big fan base in supporting India.
Oh my.
You know, it's so much franchise cricket and a lot of South Africans playing in the IPL. You never know. Maybe we have some Sunrisers Hyderabad fans. Aiden, Markram, bowling. Yeah, I mean, I wish we could ask him who you're supporting. Sitting next to the Afghans will tell you. Maybe, just maybe, yes, supporting Afghanistan.
That's exactly why I was telling that. Because they seems to be supporting Afghanistan.
Smart guess. Now you say you're saying this because of that. You didn't see the Afghanistan flag earlier.
Well, they received tremendous support back in Delhi Firozshah Kotla Cricket Stadium during ICC ODI World Cup. Capacity crowd at the Firozshah Kotla Cricket Stadium cheering for Afghanistan cricket team when they went on to beat England. Short extra cover in position on the offside. Bowling tightly, accurately. Good pace as well.
Now, I don't doubt they are South African fans.
Rides the bounce and guides the ball into the offside. They'll limit to a single. They might also support Afghanistan the way they've been playing. The intent and the growth story has been phenomenal. We have already seen many South Africans traveling to Afghanistan and supporting Afghanistan cricket as well.
Put it that way, support good cricket. They will, of course, support South Africa, but will enjoy Gurbaz batting another 100.
Watson card, Gurbaz on a strike. Nicely knocked it down the ground for a single. He's approaching his half century. He's on to 43. 14 overs gone. Afghanistan 65 for 2.
The 65 for 2. It's been a good contribution from Gurbaz. 43 of the 65 that have been accumulated so far. A couple of extras involved as well. And it's a change of bowling for South Africa. Rava Peter will be introduced. That was always going to be the challenge, wasn't it, Bern, when they decided to go without the extra seamer? They were relying on Mulder and maybe Petlakwayo to play that role. And it looks like they're going to be now relying more on Aidan Markram. Matula. It's good running, but is it good running? It was well thrown in the end from Justin Stubbs on the boundary. He's got a strong arm and it's going to be sent upstairs.
To umpire to director.
Shrug of the shoulders from
have a run out to you.
Not 100% convinced
On the
that he's made his
striker
ground.
end. Can you give a side on angle? Copy. Roll forward, frame by frame. Reset. One frame more. Okay, satisfied. My decision bit.
Yeah, no. It is. That was brilliant by Tristan Stubbs. As it was angled past backward point, I thought it was a comfortable two, but he's got a strong arm. The ball was right next to the stumps, didn't take much to get it onto the wickets. Bales came off. And out for 10 is Hashmatullah. 74 for 3, and time for the players to have a drink. Has been asked to get into the field first, and they've now picked up their third wicket. But before we get to that third wicket, it's been a brilliant batting performance by Gurbaz again. He's in a rich vein of form, and he's making it count at this top level in South Africa. He's been aggressive, he's been innovative, he's used his feet, he's got across the stumps, he's swept, and he's got himself to 50 or 49 deliveries. He hasn't got much support from the other end. But as far as his own personal performance goes, he's been top-notch. Wonderful contributor in the middle overs. Bowling for 2, but they'll probably turn it down this time. It was Tristan Stubbs who was brilliant to execute that run out.
Yeah, it's again into that next side. This was the run out. Tristan Stubbs is quick across the turf, but an excellent throw. Yeah, not much work to have done for Carl Verreynne. Brilliant. That's what South Africa need, a bit of excellence in the field. And they'll be zoning in on this partnership because this is the two informed players for Afghanistan. Mazai, a bit of a different role today.
Wasn't convincing running from Hashmatullah. It's the 7th time he's been involved in a run out, but have a look at this. It's flat and it just skids nicely off the surface and right next to the stumps. Verreynne barely has to move once he's got the ball in his gloves, and you can see the excitement. Bowling coaches always talk about how, as a fielder, you're part of the bowling attack, and that one will be totally down to the performance of Tristan Stubbs.
Average turn for the South African spinners today. Aidan Markram leading that chart. He's extracting the most turn, 3.2 degrees.
Well, as I said, he's been involved in 7 rounds. 5 times he's run himself out, so I suppose if you are going to be involved in run-outs, it's better that you run yourself out than other people, and only 2 times anyone else. So a wicket off that over and 6 runs from it. 78 for 3. South Africa couldn't find a way of picking up wickets the other day. Maybe the fielding coach took over the team. Unfortunately, you need to be a little bit more calculated as a captain these days. You've got that 60 seconds. You have to get everyone in position and be ready to start the over. You can't afford to be making late calls. And as I say, Tim Mavuma, second warning for them.
Oh, ball boy.
just to finish my point, when you pick a side, you know what the conditions are going to offer. Pirates here just telling Temba Bavuma that is your second warning. You have to be quick. There's a timer these days. You have to make sure you stick within those time zones.
Straightens as it pitches, goes between bat and pad, knocks over that off stump. You can see the excitement. Why wouldn't there be? Slip in place. It's a nice series for him as well, isn't it, Vin? Because he can watch Rashid Khan and how he's got about his business, and just from the outside he can really learn a lot pace-wise on this particular service trajectory.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan when you give these youngsters an opportunity, especially in conditions like this. You've made rightful mention. You'd have learned a lot from just watching how Rashid Khan operate. The end of 17, 79 for 4.
It looked like he's going to run. No, he isn't. Just stands his ground, Gurbaz. He loves to move around the crease, this time giving himself room. And a target straight back over the bowler, and wonderful execution.
Yeah, this is real smart batting from Gurbaz. You'd have seen a similar length. You'd have probably trying to work into the leg side. This time round, deciding that he's going to go downtown. Here's the shot that I'm making reference to. That is one option, trying to knock it into the leg side. Really like the balance that he has between. Never really letting a bowler just settle in and bowl at him, always trying to dominate. He has been impressive in this series, barred its first game.
Comeback as well by Markham. 2 dot deliveries after that.
Keep up, keep up.
Agnesh has given me a stat yet. Most wickets for South Africa in the series. Lungingiri's got 3. Runouts have got 3. You do expect South Africa now to try and attack you. We were concerned when we looked at that bowling lineup, and the concern was justified after Mulder came into the attack, bowled his 2 overs for 21. His first delivery, Gurbaz ran straight down the wicket at him, looking to put the all-rounder under pressure. And it's going to rest on the shoulders the responsibility of Peter and Aidan Markham. And so far, they've done a really good job in these middle overs.
Yeah, you make mention of being a little bit more attacking. I'd like to see maybe a mid-off come up and ask him to take that risk early on in his innings. That single could have been prevented. Just to apply a little bit more pressure. Nothing better for a batsman to walk to the crease, and you have so many boundary riders, and you can pick an easy one.
There'll be 7 runs from that over. 18 completed, 86 for 4.
Clobbered down the ground by Ramanullah Gurbaz. Goodness me, long on was only about 5 to 10 metres away from that, and he had absolutely no chance of getting around to his left to stop it. Niall O'Brien's joined me in the commentary position. That was just brute force, wasn't it, Niall?
Yeah, indeed, Peclaqueo had no chance. 5 or 6 metres to make. Wants to, should get to here. Ikram Ali Keel is fit, he's young. This is excellent from Gurbaz. Never easy, Brian, when you score an ODI century, or a century in any format for that matter, to front up the next day and back it up, because you're still running a little bit on the adrenaline of the 100, and you think you're invincible. We saw that a little bit early in his innings, Gurbaz, but he's settled in beautifully now.
It's you and I.
Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he scored a 50 on his T20 debut against India. Lucknow, if I'm not mistaken, is against the West Indies, I beg your pardon. I remember, because then I went to the Bangladesh Premier League and he got 50 on debut there as well. So he's someone that likes to start with a bang.
2 again is the call. He's running these South Africans ragged here. Good work by the non-striker Ikram Ali Kale as well, who appreciates the early call.
Tell you've got to be on your toes when you're back with Gurbaz. If he's not looking for a little drop and run single, he wants you to hurry back for 2. And why wouldn't you want strike when you're seeing the ball so well?
He can count to 6 as well as he's pinched the bowling. The end of the over.
Catch it!
Catch it is the call. Will only be caught by one of the stewards back there at deep backward square leg. It's gone all the way for 6, and that brings up the Afghanistan 100.
Slightly longer boundary. Gurbaz attacking here, 72 yards. Toe of the bat. That's why the shout of catch it came from keeper and bowler. Have a look at this, right down near the bottom of the bat. But the power that Gurbaz possesses, and also the placement. Sunday entertainment for the youth. Oh, that's superb fielding. That is excellent from Temba Bavuma.
He's fantastic in the ring, he really is. He has been for a long period of time. It's a bottom hand there from Gurbaz to manipulate the ball wide of Bavuma's right hand for a single. That's commitment, that's leading from the front, setting the standard. Match really nicely balanced at the moment. Another wicket or two and South Africa will feel they're very much at the races. Afghanistan, on the other hand, with this pair together, the left and right hand combination, will still have aspirations. There's significant total, and that's a bad ball from Marquand. Down the leg side, it'll be signalled as wides. It's gone for 4 as well.
Well, I thought there was a little bit of bat on that. I think Ali Keel is suggesting so. I just heard a little sound through the stump mic. It was a poor ball, it was fired in. Yeah, bit of bat. Defeating Kyle Varena with no chance. Umpire said no, wides.
End of the over, an expensive over. 12 runs from it, 107 for 4. 20 overs gone then. And Afghanistan, remember, they got 311 on this same pitch 2 nights ago. We've already seen today signs that the surface is a little bit more tired, there's a bit more turn, a bit more grip for the spinners. So South Africa will be hoping that Afghanistan get nowhere near that sort of total, because it would be way beyond their compass, you would reckon. Change of bowling. Beyond Fortain back into the attack from the pavilion end.
I was trying to fetch this from a long way outside off, I think. Beyond Fortain saw Gurbaz maybe ironed up the leg side, went wider.
Ball, boy.
Accuracy is the key, especially when you bowl finger spin, but this is all the South African spinners been pretty good. Naba Peter picking up one, and Beyond Fortain, you expect that left arm finger spinner, you have to be accurate.
Gurbaz playing tricks with the bowler there.
Just needs to be patient here, Brian, because he's 75 from 71. There's still 30 overs to go. He has so much time here to get a massive score. You quite rightly mentioned South Africa. If they can get 2 wickets, get Gurbaz and maybe get Nabi in and out, all of a sudden it's a long way for Afghanistan to try and muster up a score. Gurbaz has this game by the scruff of the neck. He bats 40 overs here. He'll have 150, 160, and Afghanistan will almost nearly bat South Africa out of the match, albeit no Rashid Khan, no Fazal Haq Faruqi, but still think something around that 250, 260 is going to be very difficult for South Africa with the mental baggage and the scarring of the first 2 ODIs.
It's Fazal Haq Faruqi getting a well-deserved rest today.
He bowled about 11 overs in the 2 games. I was sure he needed a rest.
Yay.
Tremendous running again from Gurbaz. End of the over. Afghanistan are now 109 for 4. Just those interesting. In that last over we were talking about Gurbaz's approach, and it's almost in my mind a sort of old school against new school approach in which is best, because the modern way is just to keep going and keep going hard. But as you say, the way he plays, if he just keeps batting in this manner, he could get an enormous score.
Yeah, I'm not suggesting for 1 minute, and never would I suggest for Rahmanullah Gurbaz to go into his shell or curtail his natural attacking instincts. So that's not what I'm suggesting. Bit of grip, good work from Carl Verheyen, and that is amazing. That is amazing from Afghanistan. And look at Gurbaz. They've run one to the keeper.
With a spinner on.
Oh, there's nothing that this young man can do. A bit of grip from Aidan Markram. Good keeping from Carl Verheyen. Oh, it's cheeky. It's really cheeky. Just to extend my thoughts on Gurbaz, if he plays normally and plays every ball on its merits, he'll pick up enough bad balls. He will make South Africa bowl bad balls because they're under so much pressure against him. At the moment, they don't know where. They don't know where to bowl to him. They've got no answers at the moment for Gurbaz. Good from Bavuma. If he plays the game scenario is what I'm trying to see. They're going to send it upstairs.
TV umpire
Sharp
director,
team
you have umpire
upstairs.
review for run out. The bowler end. Can you give me side on angle? Roll forward, forward, forward. It's not grounded yet. Forward. One frame. Yeah. Bills is dislodged. And he's outside the ground. I'm satisfied. My decision for big screen.
Well, that's fantastic. I've sung the praises of Temba Bavuma in the circle earlier today, and that is an illustration of his quality. Brilliant fielding, the third run out of the innings, and Ikram Ali Kale, I suppose you could argue, he's lived by the sword. Oldest player in this squad at 39, in at number 7, and in at a very, very important time. Last two recognised back for Afghanistan now, and we're only in the 22nd over.
He's had a quiet series, hasn't had to do a great deal, but he loves this venue. He lives a couple of miles down the road, spends a lot of time at this venue practicing and grooving his game. Got a youngster and the senior statesman of the team. There's little Rohan, Nabi's boy. Loves his football, that little lad. Forget about cricket. He loves his football. Just got to be careful here. 3 run-outs in the innings so far, but this was all about Bavuma. Unbelievable. It's poor from both, actually, but especially Ikram Ali Kale. He was dawdling. There was no energy to get back and make your ground. That is, yeah, Gurbaz will be disappointed, but actually the wicket keeper Ikram Ali Kale will be, well, I put the blame on the left-hander. He should have made his ground. He should have been aware of what was happening, especially because it's Bavuma.
Solid defence from Nabi to end the over. 22 gone, 114 for 5. Off the toe of the bat, but it's still gone for 6. Tristan Stubbs was down there at long off. He thought he was in business at one stage. It's quite a short, straight boundary here at Sharjah, though, and Gurbaz takes advantage of it.
70 yards downtown. Modern day, that's not a big hit. It's a good strike. That's a really beautiful step and swing. That's what the batting coach will call it, a step and swing. What I mean by that is when he stepped towards the ball, he picked his bat up with real venom. Such a good player, Gurbaz. Just to finish on our discussion about his natural instincts and how he should go about his innings. About respecting each ball, but actually getting himself in a position to capitalise when they're slightly off line or length. I think he's done that pretty well, very well, the last 2 games. Ticking here, he's ticking. Heart's pumping. Now he goes about his business against spin. Oh, the run out.
South Africa are on their toes in the ring, I'll tell you that now. Here's Gurbaz's interception points against spin today.
Those bulging boundaries, that's a step and swing I spoke about. Just getting a stride into the ball and picking the bat up with conviction. It must be lovely for Jonathan Trott, the Afghanistan coach, to be able to work with Ramanullah Gurbaz, because Jonathan Trott was a brilliant batter for England, but he was a run getter, a run accumulator. So I guess as a coach, when you come up against a young talent like Gurbaz, it must be such a pleasure to see a free-flowing batter and work on his game. No doubt that Gurbaz's form the last couple of years is a coincidence of working with Jonathan Trott. 23 ball, 122 for 5.
Into the gap on the offside. Should be back for 2. Will get back for 2. So Nabi and Gurbaz at the crease for Afghanistan, looking to resurrect this innings. And another astonishing innings already from Gurbaz. Getting behind square on the offside. Fielding has been good from South Africa. Gurbaz fighting it out in the commentary box. Devendra Kumar, Hakeem Ahmed Jai and Farid Fidai.
Thank you so much, Dave. It's been an eventful...
Onside, long on. Deep mid wicket end. Deep backward square. Wants a run. Will get a single.
Like, no matter how many people get run out, Rahmanullah Gurbaz is continuing with his running between the wicket abilities. It's been one of the highlights of his batting performances. Whenever you see him, it's very quick between the wickets. Talking about the runouts, you gotta blame the batters for it. I think Rahmat Shah was a bit unlucky, the deflection, but again, you gotta have to be at your crease. And then about Hashmatullah Shahid and Ikram Ali Khail, I think they were a bit lazy returning back to the crease.
Gurbaz on his strike. His footwork has been excellent. He's going deep in the crease, working the ball away into the gaps, finding different areas to score runs. He's approaching his century.
Approaching his century, would be his 8th in the format.
Fine leg on the boundary. Lovely tossed up delivery to mark the end of the over. 24 gone, 128 for 5 Afghanistan. Field finally coming up in the circle, change in bowling as well from the far end. And Dile Felukwayo into the attack at the age of 28, an all-rounder coming into this game. So drifting down the leg side, wide.
He's been a very experienced cricketer, Andile Pelokwayo. Played some excellent cricket for South Africa over the years. One of those contributors who has made his impact on the game while playing for the Proteas. Is yet another indication of what happened in the previous over.
Both the reviews in your account, yet you do not take it. Well, it's game of cricket. 129 for 6 will have looked really nice from the viewpoint of South Africa.
Well, that missed opportunity could well change the fortunes for Afghans. 6 wickets down for 130 would have been very, very bad situation to be in, to be honest with.
Well, he knew it. He knew it. He was shouting.
Good areas to operate with. Hitting a sort of good length region on the off stump, looking to hit the deck and get the ball to bounce. See the concern on the faces of South African, especially the captain. Had he gone for the decision, things would have been much easier to deal with. Third up in the circle, deep square.
You know what Nabi's response would be? I've already got a life. I don't want to just spoil it. Yeah, see what they are saying, and with Nabi discussing with him is that let's just give him time. Felukwayo is into his very first over. Let's see how he bowls and runs will come. And this is good thinking, the maturity into the batting of Rahmanullah Gurbaz. Keep a prize on his wicket.
He's angling the ball back into the right-hander. Nicely struck down the ground for a single. Consistent plan of bringing the ball back into the batter. Last couple of overs have been excellent for South Africa.
Well, Fedai, they need to do that. They need to be very much watchful because they've lost 5 wickets and still we're halfway down in the first inning. We've got 25 or 24 more overs to come and we've already 5 down. Afghanistan actually. And this could be the last formidable pair which we can rely on, which Afghanistan can rely on because they need runs on the board in the first inning, and this pair has, this pair is very important to stay out there, take the inning deep and score some runs for Afghanistan, put a good total on the board in the first inning.
Straight to the fielder, frustration building.
Yeah, and remember, there is no Rashid Khan today because of a hamstring, and he has a lot with the bat. And this is the missed opportunity. And missed, I would write with the big letters, M-I-S-S-E-D. And he says, I told you, boss, it was out. Yeah, I told you. But you got to make the decision of asking for the review, which you already had too. Well, it can happen. Last ball of the over. Safely negotiated. And it is 131 for 5 after 26.
Afghanistan, they've been amazing in this tournament. Series already in the banks. Gurbaz not playing today. Excellent cameraman. Waiting for a moment to capture. We've already seen some monumental moments in this series from Afghanistan.
Hakeem, we should give Gulbadin Naib his ODI debut cap as a
some turn, it's gripping, it's turning, it's dry surface here at Sharjah. They're playing on the same surface they played the other day. It's been hot and humid conditions. Good concentration first thing.
A new cameraman in the town. Gulbadin Naib out there to capture some stills. Very busy person.
Legendary figure in Afghanistan cricket, the captain Hashmat, and alongside him is Hamid Hassan, the bowling coach. Since his arrival as a bowling coach, things have changed drastically for Afghanistan cricket, winning the first series as a bowling coach against Pakistan at this ground. The sun is setting here, but sun is rising in magnificent delivery. Nothing from the umpire.
You know, conditions rule now. Bawuma has asked for the review. No matter what, I'm going to take the review.
TV umpire director, we have a play review for caught behind. Original decision is not out. And I have checked the feet. It's fair delivery. Can we start with front on? Forward, forward. Ball is close to the bat. Can we confirm by Al-Traij? Roll forward, forward. Okay. There is spike when ball is near to the bat. Confirm. Change your decision. Not out to out. You on screen. Signal now.
All right, so it was like maybe Timba Bawuma missed his Monday morning alarm, but he got another chance. And Navi departs, not making any extra run after that missed opportunity. Departs for 5. Afghanistan in sort of trouble, 132 for 6.
That picture tells you everything out there. Rohan's been disappointed. Every Afghanistan cricket fan has been disappointed after Mohammad Nabil lost his wicket.
Artificial lights on, mixing with the natural light. Afghanistan losing wickets at a regular interval. In comes Karote from Baglan province in Afghanistan. Has been fantastic on this ground since his debut against Ireland.
All-round prospect coming in through the ranks for Afghanistan. That's left-handed at the lower middle order. Very good delivery first up. Oh, you have seen him.
Gurbaz goes through the offside. Fielder takes the catch. Heji. Yes, he's taken the catch. He's out. Gurbaz is out for 89. Pelukwayo with the wicket. Jonathan Trott cannot believe it.
Big moment this is in the game. Remanullah Gurbaz departs after a well-made 89 runs. He's disappointed. He must be disappointed. Down the track and the deep here. He took an excellent catch diving forward.
You can understand the frustration. Another 100 on cards. Gurbaz.
Yeah, that's the mode of dismissal that he's bowling for Bjorn Fortuin. See, he's trying to dart it in, get it LBW. He's done well to get it paired out the way. Ghazanfar. Yeah, brilliantly bowled. It's on that implementation of plans, tactics utilised. Wanted South Africa to be a little bit more proactive in those first two ODIs, but it's been a good learning curve for them. Likes of Ngaba Peter take a lot out of this. Oh, I tell you what, he's taking a real liking to Fortuin. This one is a maximum.
Belting blow. Really superb. Lovely way to finish the over. 143 for 8.
They've been excellent in the field again. Fortuin quickly across the turf. Yeah. Niall O'Brien's just saying he threw that right-handed. Of course, he's left-handed. This is the last ball of the previous over. Wow, I tell you what, that is a good blow. Beautiful swing of the blade. It was in the arc, perhaps invited by Bjorn Fortuin, and he obliged.
Picking up on that, Bjorn Fortuin throwing with his right hand, obviously left arm finger spinner. Just have a look at him fielding here. Pivots, throws right hand, a little bit like Robbie Peterson, former South African spinner. All-rounder really, Robbie, good cricketer. He ran me out once in Port Elizabeth, Robbie, with his right hand as a naive teen, and I hit it to his right side. I thought, oh, he must be a left-hand throw, and he threw the stumps down from about 20 yards with his right hand.
It seems like Ghazanfar is going to try this inning some impetus here. Needs to be attacking. Yeah, just look at that scoreline at the moment. Niall O'Brien 145. South Africa, of course, they've had their troubles with picking the mystery spin, especially on a difficult surface.
Match Jonathan Trott and Afghanistan coaching staff. If they don't get to a total that they can defend, we'll think.
Tell you what, another quick single. Is he going to get there? Oh, a direct hit might have proved a little bit interesting here.
Yeah, there was no venom behind the throw from Tristan Stubbs. Too close, just listening to the stump mic, miles off. He said, wow, 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 wow. Probably enough, probably enough. I didn't think it was the most powerful underarm flick, but I think he had his man there.
Oh, he's looked to go downtown here. Did he get enough of it? Yes! That's the second maximum for Ghazanfar.
Well, he loves hitting sixes off the last ball of the over. 152 for 8.
Yeah, that maximum. The last ball and last over.
Ball and get the opportunity maybe to...
Yeah, it certainly will do his confidence the world of good, having been afforded this opportunity. Come on this level. He has been successful at the domestic level in South Africa, but step onto the international stage and gain that confidence. One of the hardest skills to perfect this leg spin. I must say, he's done a wonderful job so far. So good control, good pace. Outside to give it a bit of air as well from time to time. Yeah, Farid looked to be a little bit attacking in the previous over. He's been a little bit more respectful towards Peter. Perhaps Ghazanfar told him, you just get through these overs, I'll try and take them down from the other side. They'll tick it into the leg side. Are they going to come back for 2? Decided against it. 1-5-3 for 8.
Well, very early in my county career, playing for Kenton, we used to play a lot of cricket against Hampshire, and the legend, the great Shane Warne was playing. Just watching Shane Warne as a kid, he was one of my heroes, one of my favourite players, and every time I walked out the bat, I was basically out before I was in, because I wasn't playing the ball, I was playing the man. And after about 7 ducks against Hampshire, he came up and said, I think you need to just forget who's bowling the ball and just focus on the ball. It didn't help because I got a duck that day as well, but it was some nice words of encouragement from Shane Warne. Pad down leg side. Sometimes you just got to play the ball and not the man, which is easier said than done. Good work from Kyle Verreynne down leg side.
Yeah, talk about South Africa need to be a little bit more clinical here. This partnership 20, gaining some sort of momentum here. Oh, I tell you what, confusion. Wrong end. Wrong end. Because that could have ended up disastrous for this pair of Afghan batters.
Yeah, good work from Liam Mulder. I guess the point about the wrong end, it would have been very difficult for Mulder to get up from this position here, to turn his body around and throw to the keeper's end with the kind of power to affect a run out. But much better from South Africa today in the field.
Oh, I tell you what, he's taking a real liking. Oh, what an effort by Tristan Stubbs. But he's going to pick up another boundary and take the score to 158 for 8.
Tristan Stubbs, I think it's Nava Peter in the deep. I reckon Tristan Stubbs thought for a minute there was going to be a collision. I think at the corner of his eye, he just saw the other fielder. Good effort, boundary to finish. Pekla Quayle nearly picking up a third. 32 done. Time for a drink.
Smacks it through the offside. Brilliant in the field. They have always been the South Africans. One of them, Sean Pollock, in the commentary box.
Brilliant from Aidan Markham. Angel bowling. Lungi Ngidi reintroduced straight away around the wicket to the left-handed Farid. You can see how close Aidan Markham's getting there, trying to prevent any easy singles, and still able to move brilliantly to his right and cut off.
Looking to attack the stumps. The discipline has been great from South African fast bowlers.
A much better performance from the South Africans today. They'll be disappointed that it took them 3 games to get it all into order. Ragnesh has given me a stat. He always gives me a stat that makes me wonder how it could possibly be. Gazanfar, his highest score in List A or international cricket is 6. He's got 22 off 11 and he struck it brilliantly. Can't believe that his highest score is 6.
Yeah, that's going down the leg side, off the shoulder.
Just to touch on the rule again, the law is that someone's having a look at a scan there. Very quickly puts it down. He didn't have X-ray that quickly, although it was off the arm. But that's evasive action, so you're allowed to run through for that.
Rashid Khan is out injured. Gulbuddin Naib as well. A couple of injury concerns for Afghanistan. Playing next against Bangladesh here in the United Arab Emirates in November. Shot. Brilliant stroke out towards Sachin Tendulkar's stand for 6.
Ragnesh, I'm sorry, Ragnesh, I think this stat has got to be wrong. Look how well he struck that. You're saying to me that that shot is as good as his best performance ever in List A or international cricket. Giving himself room. He thought he had cut across it, but it went all the way. More than enough contact. He really has struck it sweet. Think of how good his bowling is. Just to have someone at the back end being able to maybe contribute 10 or 15 runs in this fashion is vital for a one-day or T20 team.
Slow delivery. Lofts it down the ground for a single.
Even that one he's adjusted brilliantly, didn't he? I mean, he was a slow ball and he adjusted his follow-through, waited for the ball to get to him. 29 of 13, striking at 223.
He's got this striking ability, the way he performed with bat in hand in South Africa in the under-19 cricket. Also, as an Afghan, when you step on the cricket field, you are supposed to hit 4s and 6s.
So you're saying they grow up on playing their shots.
Oh, chopped one on, unfortunate. Ngidi gets the wicket. Second wicket for Ngidi. Farid Malik is out.
Farid Malik on this occasion, the one before earlier in the over, he kind of went across into off stump and it hit him on his arm and went down to fire leg. This time he gave himself a little bit of room. It was a back of a length delivery, bounced steeply on him, made contact with that back elbow. So he's going the other direction, that were off the back elbow onto the leg, and Lungi Ngidi gets the bonus of the ball going onto the stumps. So a second wicket in the day for Lungi Ngidi, the 9th wicket down for Afghanistan. Farid Malik goes for 4, 166 for now. It's foolish in length. He has a full go at it. Doesn't get the height he's after. Had plenty of power, but Aidan Markram is a brilliant catcher and makes no nonsense of that. So South Africa have bowled Afghanistan out for 169 in 34 overs. Zadrani goes for one, and a much better performance by the Proteas.
Excellent response after what transpired in the first two ODIs from South Africa. The bowlers stepping up, recognizing the areas, making that adjustment in hot and humid conditions after they were forced to bowl first. It's been an outstanding performance, great support in the field as well. Disappointed having